Okay, so the next part is the private variables that the user is not going to change. So here, of course, sometimes you start to develop here and then you say, hey, I need this variable, and you then put it here, and then you go here and continue developing, and then you say, hey, no, I need the other one, and you make another variable. In this case, I know all the variables we're going to use. As you see, here it starts with public, here it starts with private. Okay, we'll put here this in private variables. Okay, we need to put the type of the variable. We have our acceleration, that is a very important variable. We're going to initialize that variable with 0. We have other double, that is previous price, the price of the last evaluation. We don't need to initialize that. We have another double, that is the current price. That would be the last price, the price of the last tick we got. We have another double, that is the previous speed. Okay, we need to make a formula to calculate the speed. Pretty easy. We have our previous speed, and we have our current speed, and with those variables we are going to make the acceleration, to calculate acceleration. And we have another one, that is the base speed, that I will explain later. We have also some integers. We have the entry acceleration periods counter, a very big name for a variable. I love big names for the variables. I prefer to type more, but the second time when I'm reading the code, it's easy to read. So I use very big variable names. And we have almost the same name, but with exit acceleration periods counter, and we initialize this to -1. Okay, this was proof test an error. First I initialized to 1, it was doing what I wanted, then I put 0, and then I realized that I have to initialize to -1. So testing is, of course, very important in this. And we have a boolean variable called face to flag is false. We initialize it with false. And we have an internal object of cAlgo called position. That's the type of this variable. I will further explain this. Here's this part of the cAlgo is very helpful. I can search here whatever. All here is the documentation of everything you can use with cAlgo. Of course, cAlgo is using C#, but it has a lot of built-in functions and methods and objects that makes things a lot easier when you're going to make a bot. It's much easier than, I don't know, MetaTrader or TradeStation or other platforms. I really love cTrader. I hope it gets more known in the Forex environment, because it's a very cool platform for developing bots. I hate MetaTrader. and cAlgo, it's pretty cool. So if you want to see what position is, it's an object. You have here position. It tells you the summary. It's an interface called position that has uh, some members or some variables here, that there's a comment, there's a commission, there's the entry price, there's entry time. The thing is that when you get a position, when you entry into the market, you execute an order, and that order goes to the server. That server responds something, and you get a position. The execute order method returns a position, and you get the ID of the position, the label, the net profit, the pips. And the cool thing is that position is automatically updating. So if you, for example, you store that position in this variable open position, and later you want to know how that position is doing, what's the profits, or what the losses is, or the stop loss, or if you want to change the stop loss, you can access to everything using this variable that contains an object of the type position, and you can see here all the things you can do with it. So it's pretty cool to use it, and very useful. I think this is one of the more useful objects of the built-in objects that cAlgo has. Okay, so that's everything we needed to see with the private variables. These are all the variables that we're going to use here on the main implementation of the bot. In the next video, we're going to see the main methods of a bot. That is, like the meat of it all, is the most important thing of building a bot.